enough matches. No one can say that AEW doesn't provide story. If someone in 2025 says that I don't watch AEW because there's no story, you're a liar. You're a liar. And you're a liar.
You think you know me.
Wrestling fans, what's going on, man? It's Black Couch Booking here with a brand new video today. Hope you guys are ready for my AEW Full Gear review. Shout out to AEW for going to not only my home state of New Jersey, but the place where I was born and raised, Newark, New Jersey, man. Shout out to the Prudential Center, man. You know, I really wish I could have, went, but it's a lot going on, man. You know, we got the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas. You know, it was a great boxing event that was put on yesterday as well that I was tapped in with. So, I didn't make it, but AEW comes to New Jersey often, and I will catch a show soon. That is the second milestone for me. Already been to SummerSlam, my first WWE show, but we're going to be talking about AEW Full Gear. I'm going to do my review different. I didn't catch the entire card because I was watching the boxing card as well. Shout out to Devin Haney and Abdullah Mason and Benavidez and Bam for getting the wins. And I had like AEW on my phone, Full Gear on my phone, and I had the boxing event on TV, but I was tapped in. So I got my notes here as well. Darby Allin versus Pac. I was very surprised that Pac actually got the W in this situation. Not super surprised, but I kind of see where this is going. Pac got the W, and we'll talk about Jon Moxley a little later on. But Pac got the W, which I love Pac. I'm a big fan of Pac. This match was straight. It was all right. Darby Allin, I wonder if he's ever going to get a world title. I wonder if Darby Allin is ever going to get a world title. And I say that because he was primed for it before he climbed Mount Everest. But I wonder if Tony Khan going to revisit that. Because, he don't got to win every match to chase being a world champion. But it's interesting to see what Darby Allin is and what he's doing now compared to what I expected him to do once he finally came back. But, Darby Allin is still putting on good matches. I like Darby Allin more so than a lot of other guys in AEW. The Orange Cassidy of the world, the Danny Garcias, and all of them. And the Sammy Guevara probably my number 2 after Darby Allin as far as guys like in that range. And then Jungle Boy as a heel was dope to me. Not dope. Let me not say that. I don't like Jungle Boy either. But that's neither here nor there. So yeah, Pat got the W. And the match was good. The match was good. I'm not gonna say the match was straight. It was actually really good, actually. But that's one of the matches where I had it and I kept like having to look over. But yeah, the match was good for sure. But shout out to my dog, Pac, man. And Darby Allin put up a good fight as well. Let's see. All right, we got Megan Bayne and Marina Shafir versus Toni Storm and Mina versus I don't want to say their team names versus Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron. You know what? This and my bad. I'm tripping. And the Sisters of Sin as well. I'm tripping. This straightforward match is actually really good. I'm actually glad I got to pay a little bit more attention to this one, because these are all teams that I like, and I really enjoyed what I was seeing in this match. I really think Megan Bayne, no. Marina Shafir is really better than what I thought she was. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I thought she was garbage. But when she got in those matches, what's the Anarchy in the arena match, and when she got in what's the other one? That literally Blood and Guts match, I'm like, Marina Shafir is actually like that. I knew Megan Bayne was like that. I knew everybody else in this match was like that, but Marina Shafir is actually growing on me. And if she can once the Death Riders thing is over, if she has a place by herself just as a heel and is still the similar character, I would like to see what she can do. But let me see. Did I write anything of note in this match? Um, I think obviously Tony Storm and Mina won the match. I think that Megan Bain and Marina Shafir do work good together. I like Harley Cameron and Willow Nightingale as a team. Actually, would not be opposed to them being tag team champions one day. If not now, sometime. But I actually do like every team that's in this match, and I'll get to other things later on. I like every team that's in this match. I genuinely do. I think they were paired together very well. And I think it's a good setup for the future of the AEW women's division because they have a lot of women with nothing to do, and I think the tag team belts are going to help a lot of women get to the belts. And then once the TBS championship is available after Mercedes Moné run, then the women's division of AEW will pick up. So yeah, that's that. And like I said, I'm doing my review a little bit different. I think what matters a lot about Full Gear were the results of the matches. And the matches, I think all the matches were decent, were great. Except I didn't watch the pre-show. I'm not watching Costco Man and Costco Boy versus. I'm not doing all that. And as far as Okada and Takeshita teaming up, I knew they was going to lose. So and I did see that Okada was catching Takeshita by accident. So I knew it was no point in me watching that. But yeah, this was a good one. I thoroughly enjoyed this one. I thoroughly enjoyed the match. And it's very interesting. And my neighbors are being, don't worry about that. It's very interesting to see, just the chemistry and the dynamics of everybody involved. I'm not a like spots are good, and I love spots, but like I'm not about to call out every spot that was crazy unless it was really really crazy. The Pac versus Darby Allin spot where Darby Allin actually didn't get pinned after the clothesline was that was a good spot that I'm gonna call out. But I like Marina Shafir and Megan Bain's teamwork, and once both the babyface teams actually started going at it. It picked up for me because obviously it was going to be both the heel tag team, both the babyface tag team working together. But once the babyface started going at it, I think the crowd really got to make a decision of who they want to win. And I think that Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron should. I would take them over Timeless Tony Storm and Mina, but Timeless Tony Storm and Mina won this match. But in the end, I don't think they're going to win the war, so to speak. World Tag Team Championship match. The only thing that matters is that Brandito is no longer a tag team champion, bro. God is good, isn't he? God is good, isn't he, man? I'm not even the biggest FTR fan, but this could set up Edge and Christian going after the tag team belts, which would be sensational. And Edge and Christian, reliving their tag team glory. The Hardys got belts, the Dudleys, the Hardys got to have a match. So I would love to see Edge and Christian be tag team champions again, and beating FTR would be great. But I will say, I don't have nothing against Bandito. Brody King's actually one of my favorites in AEW, but I want Brody King to either link back up with Buddy Murphy, Buddy Matthews, whatever the case may be, or just do his thing. Because as a solo wrestler, when he was competing in the Continental and all this other type of stuff, Brody King was doing very well. So I'll rather see Brody King do his own thing than link up with some random ass man number 7 that's signed to AEW. And Bandito, he got enough stuff to do. So I thought them being a tag team was always stupid anyway. So shout out to FTR. I'm not the biggest FTR fan, but I do appreciate their style of wrestling. It reminds me of like the Lance Cage, Trevor Murdoch, the Rene Dupree's, and the William Regal. You know what I'm saying? Like those type of guys who guys don't really pay attention to, but they're super necessary and they wrestle very good matches. But you don't want to give them credit. They come from like the Finley school of, what I'm saying, those type of wrestlers. So that's why I can respect FTR. You don't got to do a damn backflip to be a good wrestler. Ricochet, man, listen, man, I almost cried, bro. Ricochet finally is a champion. My dog Devin Haney won the belt yesterday. My dog Ricochet won the belt. And yes, Orange Cassidy didn't win. Sorry, Orange Cassidy fan. You know what? Y'all know how I used to be on Dragon Lee. I'm about to be on Orange Cassidy because y'all are making me now. But anyway, man, Ricochet won. The casino battle royales and gauntlets and stuff like that. It's whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's fun to know who coming out next, is who blah blah blah. Obviously, the main thing about this was Bobby Lashley and Shelton, and then Ricochet came out on the mic. He like, man, we want to see y'all go at it, blah blah blah. I like the table spots that was in this match, and I'm just happy Ricochet won, and that's really all I care about. I've been campaigning for Ricochet to get a title since he turned heel, and now he's finally got a title. So let's see what he can do. And I was also a person that was campaigning saying adding another title was dumb. But based off of what they got going with Okada and what he doing to that belt now, I do think they need this belt because his belt is only about Takeshita. That's what his title reign is about now. Takeshita going to take the belt off him. That's all it's about. And now, like, people not even getting real opportunities to take the belt off of Okada. So this belt was necessary. Speaking of taking the belt off of people, man, I'm gonna jump around. Let me see is that next in my notes? That's not next in my notes, but I'm gonna jump around, man. Kyle Fletcher did not deserve to lose that belt, bro. Mark Briscoe's an underdog. People love him. Shout out to Mark Briscoe. Mark Briscoe is a Mick Foley-esque type of guy, making other guys look good, carrying underdog storylines and being a crazy character and taking the good bumps, and I respect that. But Kyle Fletcher is the future. Kyle Fletcher's TNT Championship reign was underwhelming, and I love Kyle Fletcher to death, but it was underwhelming, and I have to be completely honest about that. But, I mean, Mark Briscoe, man, he's a dog, bro. Mark Briscoe with dogs. Did y'all see that man's face? Did y'all see Kyle Fletcher had to dry up blood on him? I'm like, man, they went to war. They did their thing, but I was very disappointed that Kyle Fletcher lost. I mean, I'm a big Kyle Fletcher fan, big Austin Theory fan. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like guys like that with that kind of archetype, a young Randy, type of archetype. I like those type of wrestlers. So I'm hoping that I think Kyle Fletcher turns babyface with Takeshita, and they turn on the Don Callis family, and that's why they took the belt off of Kyle Fletcher so he could help Takeshita get the title from Okada. That's why I think they did it, but we'll see. But nonetheless, good match. Nonetheless, let's see what Mark Briscoe can do with the belt. I'm sure, rest in peace, his brother. I'm sure he's proud of him. And Tony Khan, Mark Briscoe has been putting in a lot of work, so it was nice of Tony Khan to do that. So I you know what, even though I'm mad Kyle Fletcher lost, I respect it at the end of the day. So back on track, Jon Moxley versus Kyle O'Reilly, and I know exactly why Jon Moxley lost. Pack 1, Jon Moxley lost because the Death Riders are gonna start looking at Jon Moxley like, yo, you kind of soft, bro. You've been taking a couple L's. We haven't been winning because of you. We ain't been winning because of you, and you've been taking L's. Get out this group. And that's probably what's going to happen. Or Jon Moxley's going to get jealous of Pat because Pat came back and he's on fire, and Claudio's doing good, and this person's doing good. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be something along those lines, and that's going to be the end of the Death Riders. That's the reason why they're doing this. And it's not a bad thing to do. It's just, I actually like the Death Riders now. I mean, when he was holding that belt hostage for all that time, it took me a while to appreciate the great heel work that Moxley was doing, and I definitely was wrong about it. But I like Jon Moxley as a heel. I can see Jon Moxley getting betrayed by the Death Riders and becoming face, but man, heel Moxley is really hitting for me right now. And I like his backstage promos where he just screaming at the camera with no shirt on, and everybody just standing behind him looking goofy. But that's just me. So we'll see where we go from there, guys. We'll see where we go from there. But man, I like Kyle O'Reilly. I like Kyle O'Reilly since he was one of my favorite members of the Undisputed Era in NXT. I don't know why. I'm just a weird guy. I always thought Kyle O'Reilly was nice. Him and Roderick Strong are nice. They're very underrated. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy Kyle O'Reilly got a W, and it was a good W. It wasn't a ticky-tack W. No holds barred match, right? It was going crazy. This is probably one of the best matches of the night in my opinion. But commentary was really good as well. And having Brian Danielson on commentary, definitely, was something. I'm looking forward to seeing what's gonna happen with him specifically. But man, it was a great match. You know, Moxley was going crazy in my opinion, and Kyle O'Reilly did his thing. And you know, I talked about the TNT title. Oh man, one of my favorite moments of the night. Oh man, the Young Bucks coming to save Kenny Omega. Now I'm jumping the gun. I don't give a damn about the match. I'm gonna be honest with you. Young Bucks and Kenny Omega back together, bro. Now this is a moment I was waiting for some time. I love when the elite is together. Kenny Omega, Young Bucks, man. I'm looking forward to wherever they go with this. I just need Kenny Omega to stay around. And Kenny Omega is the Roman Reigns of AEW, believing in coming back hella often. Like, bro, relax, bro. Like, just stay here for a second. We need you, baby. We need you. I love Kenny Omega, one of my top 3 wrestlers right now. I'm talking about skill, yeah, and just being an overall wrestler. Kenny Omega, Seth, and Will Ospreay are still up there for me. Skills pay the bills, in my opinion. But yeah, man, the Young Bucks, they won the money, but then they said, "F the money. We gonna go save Kenny Omega and reunite with our brother," even though we won the match. So I'm very happy with that outcome. That was good for the fans. This was a show that I definitely wish I would have went to, but you know, I don't have what's it called? I don't have FOMO. Mercedes Mone, the CEO, my favorite women's wrestler of all time, lost. She did not obtain the however 15, 16, 17, 18, 20th belt. She didn't do it, but she is still one of the GOATs. She still put on a fantastic match with Chris Big Booty Statlander. I love Chris Statlander's entrance. I feel like the crowd didn't give the entrance enough credit with the little spaceship landing and stuff like that. I thought Chris Statlander had a fire entrance. I thought Mercedes Moné does what Mercedes Moné does best, entertain the crowd. I love Mercedes Moné. I'm a glazer. I'll glaze until the end because Mercedes Moné is that talented. And for me, officially, two more, like something else is gonna put her over Charlotte Flair as the GOAT for me. Unless Charlotte Flair gets one more run. But they're very neck and neck. But I think Mercedes Moné is going to get there for me. And I'm very objective with my GOAT status in top 10s and top 15s, you know, and things like that. But Mercedes Moné has been putting on banger matches consistently for how long? And she hasn't been getting the credit that she deserves, in my humble opinion. Let me see. And then last but not least, Swerve back, baby. Yeah, Samoa Joe, the new champion. Only reason why Samoa Joe, in my opinion, beat Hangman Page is because they want Swerve to get the belt. Swerve beat Samoa Joe for the belt the first time. How apropos, as Cody Rhodes would say, if he come back and beat him the second time. Samoa Joe's not going to have a long title reign. I thought Hangman was going to have a longer title reign, but we still have the story of Hangman and Swerve, even though Swerve held him at WrestleMania, All In, which was great. It's going to be great to see them actually link up and team up. And then Hangman returned the, I just cooked Hangman to return the favor for Swerve and help Swerve obtain that belt from Samoa Joe. And by the way, Hook is back with the Ops. Hook turned heel, which, okay. I just thought I had to mention that. I forgot about that, by the way. Hook is back with the Ops. So I'm happy Swerve back. New theme song. I already shared my thoughts about his you know, that and how the fans are mad. I'm not mad at it, bro. Let people evolve and move on. And the new theme song is kind of dope to me. Sound like some Nas type of swag, but overall, I thought Full Gear was fantastic. I didn't even have to catch the whole thing, which I'm actually happy that I didn't, because I don't need to watch 10, 11 matches. You know what I'm saying? I watched the matches that mattered, and I saw the spots that mattered, and I saw the results, and I had a good time. Overall, you know, I got to watch boxing and wrestling basically at the same time, even though wrestling was you know, pretty much over, you know, at a certain point. So I was good. I got to watch a lot of Full Gear because boxing was over like what, 10, something like that. And then Full Gear, you know what I'm saying? I already had it on. So Like, comment, subscribe. Thank y'all for love and support. I'll give a full gear of a A- out of, you know, a A- grade. I give full gear a A- grade. I thought it was fantastic. I think with every pay-per-view, AEW always performs well because they know they give you enough matches. No one can say that AEW doesn't provide story. If someone in 2025 says that I don't watch AEW because there's no story, you're a liar. You're a liar. And you're a liar. That whole pay-per-view had stories. Even the matches over some money had stories. So if you say in 2025 that AEW doesn't have any stories, and that's why you don't watch, you're a liar and you don't watch the product. But like, comment, subscribe. Thank y'all for love, support as always. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys very soon. A- from your boy. Peace out.